Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Courageous Conviction, Eric here. Just wanted to talk a little bit about an experience I had yesterday. One that we're going to see more of going forward. Now, I'm in a very, very blue state. And so we see more of this here, but I'm in a red county. It was a very red county, but it's quickly becoming blue. And meaning that whole woke ideology, the religion of academia, is penetrating here. In fact, we're going to have to pull my daughter out of the public school to a homeschool going into next year because it's just starting to get to that point. What I want to talk about is what we're going to run into, not just, in public, but in church as well. What happened to me yesterday was in public, but very easily this can roll into church with this idea of this wokeness, this religion of wokeness, and it's a religion to them. They've become most have become atheistic or distanced from God, obviously, to make the choices that they're making in life, right? And to follow these I want to say principles, but they're not principles. They're values to them in their value scale. And that is what they are deciding to be as their hierarchy, what they follow, what they dedicate their lives to. Nothing is principle based. For example, to not lie is a principle, right? To be honest is a principle. But in Marxism, which wokeness is greatly tied to Marxism, you're not having the principle of being honest. The idea is that in Marxism, you do what you got to do to obtain the objectives, right? That's why the quote that "don't let a good crisis go to waste" stems from Marxist ideology. All right, so keep that in mind. This is the precursor, the setup, what we're dealing with in this blue state. You all know what I'm talking about. There's this girl that works at a Dollar General, okay? And I don't know if Dollar General is involved in something nefarious or not, but we have bought and I'm not a big fan of Bezos with Amazon, but where we are in this remote area, sometimes I have no choice but to go on to place the order because I can't get down an hour and a half to the actual hardware stores to buy the materials or whatever I need for a certain job. So anyway, we will get at times Amazon cards. So I go buy 2 Amazon cards and I buy 2 $100 cards. That's all they offered, $100 cards. So I did a couple $100. Put it on my card. Boom. I go to walk out, and the girl says, "Oh, by the way, there's something wrong with the cards." Okay, swap it out. I can't do that. What do you mean you can't do that? So there was this black girl, and she said to me, and I'm not saying anything because she's black at all. I didn't have a problem with her, but she was incompetent in what to do with her job. And the problem I'm getting at is because we're this wokeness of we're going to hire equality instead of quality, we're all going to suffer the price for it because now we're going to have to get frustrated and you're going to go through what I'm going through right now more often. It won't just be, we're busy people. With inflation going on as it is, we have to work more. Most homes in the United States are working more. And this isn't just here. Down in Latin America, same thing's happening. These are the countries I know of and keep in touch with. So we got to work more. So it means we have less spare time. What spare time we do have, hopefully we're principling that. And the principle is we're spending that with our families and our children, right? Building our family relationships. And then we would be putting God in there on that same plane, right? Doing our callings. Non-empathetic, remember. So the idea is that we're not trying to be efficient because when you become efficient with time, quality starts to go out the window, right? Efficiency and quality are very seldom linked together. When one becomes efficient, you give up quality. There is a fine line where you can be efficient and still have quality. So here we are. I'm dealing with this lady, and we're just conversating about it. And I'm like, okay, well, give me another card. I can't do that. And then the drawer opens, and it says on the register to give me back cash. So what happens is, okay, give me the cash. Then you keep that card because you know it's bad, and I'll give you the cash for a new card. Another girl walks up, shuts the drawer, and says, no, that's not going to happen. And she says to me that, here, you just have to take the card, and you have to go try it, see if it's going to work or not. And you call customer service, you deal, all we do is sell the cards. It's like, well, you didn't sell me a card. So I was staying on this, like, I need to go and purchase something. I need that card right now. And I was late because I had to get my daughter to her classes she had. And so this other girl says, come on over here so the line can go forward. So I leave the black girl who messed up the first time. She didn't put it in the right way. This has happened before. So don't buy Amazon cards or gift cards from Dollar General. That's a suggestion I make. You can do what you want, but I'm just suggesting because this is the 4th time this has happened. So, shame on me, but I was in a hurry yesterday. I just grabbed it and thought, well, this Dollar General is usually not bad. So another girl, this parent assistant manager for the day, comes in, she pulls me aside, and she said, basically come down and says, well, sorry, sir, look, read the screen, sir. It said the card is no good. I'm like, okay, so give me a good one. Sorry, you have to go work that out yourself. We just sell them. But you didn't sell it to me. You sold me a bad card. So either give my money back to me or my card. Long story short, she basically says, well, I don't know what to do. Don't tell you, you're going to come back in and try to talk to the assistant manager. It's like, well, why would I go to the assistant manager? Anyway, even people are trying to explain to her, just give them a card, just credit it back. She couldn't comprehend that. She could not comprehend. She literally broke down. Just like, I don't know what to do. And I thought to myself, this is part of the problem. These kids are not problem solvers. They do not learn how to solve problems for themselves. All they do is they just punch buttons and, take money, the simple stuff, stock shelves, but any type of conflict resolution, these kids don't know. This generation doesn't know. This girl's probably 19, 20 years old now, both of them. Another girl walks in. There's another one that comes in now, and she's got her nose ring, definitely woke, been seen her before. And she comes in, and she decides she's going to jump into this. And basically the girl says, look, I'm not going to do nothing for you. You got to come back another day. I'm like, I can't come back another day. I need that card. I'm right here. You just dealt with it. I walk out the store. Your policy is I can't bring back the Amazon card. Just open it and try it. I open it and try it. I void my refund on it. I already know your policies are here. So they were trying to trick me into this. She would not help me. The other girl steps in, the third girl now, and says to me, sir, she said for you to leave. I was like, excuse me? I want my money. Well, now I'm starting to get upset. And I, at that point, could have been a better priesthood holder. And I kind of just, look, for me, I can give you the shirt off my back and the clothes I'm wearing. But the moment you try to steal a dime from me, man, that irritates me. I feel disrespected. And that bothers me a lot. I don't want to be disrespected. And I didn't have any rights. I couldn't do nothing. Because I said to the girl, I said, well, actually, I'm not talking to you. So the lady behind me says, hey, watch what you're saying to her. I said, excuse me? I looked at her and said, I'm not talking to you either. She goes, that's my daughter. I'm like, oh, so mommy's in the store now to help you out, and you guys are going to gang up on me here. All I want is my money. You're just not coming into this. You have no clue what you're even talking about. She said, leave the store. I said, I'm not leaving without my money. And so I leaned forward and said, look, please. She goes, you're getting close to me. You're attacking me. I said, what? I just want my money or I'm on a card. That's all I want. And the mother jumps in, gets in my face and said, hey, you got to leave. You got to leave. You got to leave right now. Okay, so if I don't leave, what's going to happen? They'll call the police and fabricate that I did something aggressive. I'm with my 3-year-old son. I'm standing with my 3-year-old son. And I was like, I just want my card and my money. I had to leave the store. They made me leave the store. So I go out. Didn't have my phone with me. I normally keep it with me. That moment I left it there. I go back and I come back and I start recording. So here's the individuals. I'm trying to get their names. They literally ran and hid. The mother tells the daughter to go hide in the employee room. She goes and starts blocking it off. She puts sunglasses on, hiding herself, so I can't even video her. The other manager really ducks down behind the counter with the phone still on her ear. I don't know what she's calling the police, or she's calling the kind of call. I don't know why. I mean, I never lost my cool. I was not the best priesthood holder example at the end, because I was just livid. They stole my money from me, and I just let them know how I felt about their little criminal act. And so I come back in and record it, the hide. My point being this. I go home. I'm frustrated. I'm furious. I could not shake it. I go home. My little 3-year-old's kind of in shock, too, the whole time. He's just sitting back there. He goes to Mommy, they were treating us really mean at the store. My 3-year-old got this. I go in, and I tell my wife, hey, look what happened. She says, you know what, honey? You can't do anything about it. So why can't I do anything about it? Because you're in a blue state. And if you try to go back in there, they're going to say that you tried to assault them or something, and you'll probably get arrested and you'll be fine. And they got your money and you're screwed. And she's right. And that's what's going to happen even at church. We're not going to be able to say anything because they'll just say, oh, he's not using the proper pronouns, or she's not using the proper pronouns, or whatever it's going to be. It's going to be, I feel handcuffed that I can't even exercise my rights to get my money back that the store took from me. So what do? I go back in and take $100 of the product? Well, I can't do that because they'll say, oh, you're stealing from us. Well, no, I'm just getting my equal. I can't do that, right? Because then they can try to accuse me of stealing. So I'm out my $100. Maybe it's only $100, but $100 is $100. And it's just frustrating. So here's my point in this. I was livid yesterday. And I thought, how do I deal with this? How do I live with this? How do I come to a point where I can coexist with this? I can't. Maybe you can, but I can't. I cannot go someplace where I have to think maybe somebody's going to try to scam me, and right that they should be doing business with me, and the company won't do anything about it with their employees because it's woke, man. They got to support it. There's no flow in the freeway. It's like a football game. You got to have the rules. You got to go north and south on the field, or you just have anarchy and chaos, right? And this idea of diversity is something else I want to get into in another video. In fact, I'm going to do another short on diversity, and I'm going to give the example of a football team and diversity. And you're going to see that diversity is only going to result in chaos. Diversity, as we are seeing it today, is not good. It destroys the actual standard, right? And that's what's happening today. We're becoming so diverse in the church that we're destroying the standard. Now, we're going to have to get back to the standard, which the Lord will do in his own due time. That's not me to do. I'm just here to say, hey, there are standards, there are principles we need to follow. We're not Marxist. I just want to share that with you today. We're going to have to learn to have a lot of patience. And I think this is why a prophet's so focused on just loving and loving and loving. Because I didn't love yesterday. I had to go home and regroup. And here's the thing. I don't know still if they're going to try to come back and do something to me. So I'm going to have to get a hold of the manager. I got to do something about the district manager and write a letter and say, this is what took place. Now, I videoed, right, when I went back in and when they ran and hid from me and everything else. I got that on camera. And I'm sure they had video there for the first part saying that I didn't do anything wrong. You could get into the fact of that, I just was pretty adamant and I wanted my money, or I wanted that card. And I had to get my daughter. I was late. I ended up showing up late yesterday to her practice. Anyway, so we're going to deal with these issues. And it's going to require a lot of patience from us. It really is. Do I want to live with it? Absolutely not. And that is why you have the red and the blue separation. The blue can live with each other this way. That's fine. I don't want to live that way. I want to be able to drive down the road knowing that guy driving past me just doesn't decide the day that, you know what? I don't like that white guy and his family. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to run into him. Sacrifice my life and do it. Like the guy who burns himself up at the Capitol because he wants a U.S. airman who wants to support Islam, right? People are getting that way. There's no rhyme or reason or common sense, and it's rolling into the church too. And it's going to be tough for us. For me, it's going to be really tough. I'm a principle-centered guy. Not perfect, but because I'm principle-centered, I strive every doggone day to be better and perfect. I strive for that. Fail a lot, but I get up every day and I get back on that horse. And that's my objective, is to achieve betterness, the close to perfection as I can get in this life. And I will strive for that. That's why you see in our talks that Jeff's a little softer than I am. Jeff strives for it too. I just have to be I have to be harder with me because that's my personality. So that's where I want to come across to others as well. Anyway, what would you have done? Put your comments down below. We got to start getting back to comments more. We've been real busy. We're planning the filming to go down to Latin America here next month. We got some great stuff set up for interviews. And we're going to bring you the truth on who's coming here and why they're coming here and what they believe in and what they don't believe in, so that you can see then how we need to treat these individuals as Christians or members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Courageous Conviction, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, send this on to somebody else. We're starting to get a few followers. We got 300 followers, give or take now. Like you to actually help us blow up and get the message out there. We're going to talk about everyday life, how we deal with it, and how we deal with those fringe hard things that don't want to be talked about at church. Courageous Conviction. We'll see you in the next video.